All right, cool. So, welcome back. It's on an off day. I haven't made one of these videos in a while, mainly because I've been doing a lot of admin stuff, like for work, and trying to start up some businesses on the side as well. So, I haven't really been showing this channel as much love, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna try and take it more seriously this year. But yeah, so today's topic is the benefits of solo travel. So recently I went on a trip to Italy. Specifically, I went to Venice, and it was actually like really nice. But I went there by myself. It was my first solo trip. This was literally last year, it was actually recently, I think it was October. Yeah, October. So I went there by myself. I went there for how many days was it now? I think it was 4 days, like 3 nights. So 4 days and 3 nights. I left on, I think it was a Friday, and then I came back on a Monday. I can't remember exactly. But it was really good. Like, one of the reasons why I wanted to do it was just to sort of see what it's like to live by yourself and travel by yourself and see what the world is like outside of where I am now. I have been on a lot of holidays, but as I said, like, this was my first like solo trip. Like, so you can imagine, like, not a lot of people actually do that, and I feel like a lot of people should, mainly because it literally teaches you about yourself. Like, honestly, just based off going to Italy, I'm gonna do it again. Like, I won't specifically go to Italy, but the solo travel experience, like, I'm definitely doing that again. It teaches you so much about yourself. You get to learn like what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. And to all those that have been on holiday, like with people, you sort of are I would say like you're kind of blindsided because you've only experienced holidays with people, so you depend on them, if that makes sense. Like, if someone was to, let's say you used to go on holiday with your friends, like, you wouldn't just wake up one morning and decide to do an activity. You would sort of plan it with everyone, which there's nothing wrong with doing that, by the way. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just that, like, you don't have that independence, and that's one thing that solo traveling does for you. I remember my first day that I got there. Well, to be fair, Venice was like, it's an odd place to visit because there's no cars. Like, you have to travel everywhere by boat, which is quite is different. So I remember I got off the plane, I landed at the airport, and then I had to walk to like a water taxi. And I was like, what the hell is a water taxi? Obviously, I've researched it before I've come, but while you're there, it's just a bit weird. So I've gotten a water taxi now, and it's literally like, they've basically taken me to the island. I wasn't staying in Venice, I was staying on like an island next to Venice. So every time I wanted to go into Venice, I literally had to catch a water taxi to Venice. But yeah, so I landed, I was staying in Murano. Murano is like, it's really nice. I went to Murano. Literally, like, I got off the boat and I was just literally on an island, like, looking around. Everyone was just looking at me. I was like the only black guy there. But I literally, I walked to my hotel, and these times I was using Google Maps. No, sorry, not Google Maps. I was using Apple Maps. So it was taking me like down these mad turns and shit. And I was just thinking to myself, like, imagine I go down like the wrong road. I mean, yeah, the wrong road. Like, this shit is crazy. Sorry, not road, like street, because obviously there's no roads. Don't know why I said that. But yeah, eventually I got to my hotel. People there were really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Like, one thing I did not expect was like how friendly people are there. Like, I don't know why I didn't expect it to be friendly, but I just got there and it was like, it's proper friendly, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I met the, I forgot what they're called now. Concierge? Yeah, concierge. There was a couple of them. They was cool. They all spoke English, so they knew what it was. Took me to my hotel room. Hotel room was proper nice. And yeah, that was the first day. First day I was actually quite tired, I'm not gonna lie. I was super tired because my flight was like early in the morning when I left. And then I arrived in the morning there. So I literally had the whole day. Like, my first day I had the whole day in Italy, but the thing is I was actually quite tired, so I took a little nap. And then I went out. But I didn't go out to Venice, I just explored the island that I was on. But yeah, that day I wasn't too worried. Like, I wasn't too worried. I was alright. Like, I thought when I landed that it was gonna be, I don't know, like, I just thought like I was gonna have to be on my phone a lot, checking stuff. Like, I thought it was gonna be jam-packed. Like, it was actually pretty cool. Like, it was a good first solo holiday experience. Yeah, like, I feel like for me to describe it, like, you just have to be there, but obviously you're not there. So yeah, but you do learn a lot about yourself. You experience things like super differently as well because you have that independence, and like, you mature as the days go by. Like, I remember my first day I got there, I was like, cool, I'm here, I'm gonna explore all these places. And I remember like walking around and talking to people, but I feel like I was forced to do that, if that makes sense, because you're put in a position where it's like, you know, you spent all this money to go on holiday, like, you might as well go and make friends. I remember the second day, actually, I met two girls, because this day I was going into Venice. I met two girls and we were struggling to like get a ticket to go to Venice because they have like these little machines, but the machines don't really work properly, and like their maps are quite confusing at first. Eventually I got to understand how their maps worked and where to go, but obviously, you know, second morning there, haven't really explored anywhere apart from the island, and I'm venturing out. So to be honest, I should have looked at the maps before I left, which is something that I didn't do. But it's all good anyway, like, I managed to understand it. But we were stranded there for a while. Like, we was like, shit, how are we gonna get to Venice? Then the water taxi pulled up, and then we all just looked at each other like, should we just get on? So we literally all just hopped on. The taxi guy was cool. Like, I think he understood that foreigners or people, you know, that aren't from Italy aren't gonna really know how to get to Venice. So he just allowed us on. He was like, yeah, it's fine. We literally got to Venice, and it was so nice. Like, it was so nice. You're literally walking down like all these like alleyways, but it's the architecture that's really nice about Venice. Like, that's why I say it's an experience, and I'm glad that I did that by myself. Yeah, put myself in like a very I wouldn't say uncomfortable position, but it's a very like it was a very eye-opening holiday, and I advise like a lot of people to do solo traveling, mainly just because, like, as I said, like, you just meet people, you walk around, you get to learn a lot about yourself. Like, I feel like that holiday would have been so different if I didn't sort of if I didn't like make friends and stuff. Like, I think I made at least like, throughout that 4 days, I think I made at least like 14 friends, like 14? Yeah, 14 friends. Like, it was cool, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're someone that's like very introverted, or you don't like to go out, or like, you know, you're just at home all the time and shit, I would advise going on a solo trip. Like, if you don't even have friends and shit, like, just do a solo trip, bro. You're gonna enjoy it, trust me. Like, and the thing is, once you're there, you might think to yourself, oh, what if I don't make friends, and what if I don't, sorry, I just opened some Pringles. Yeah, but you're probably gonna think like, oh, people, like, you'll be alright, like, you'll be cool. Once you're there, you're gonna be forced to be in a position where you have to make friends, like, because otherwise you just spent all this money to just sit in a hotel, and that's shit. Like, you don't want to do that. But yeah, man, I'm actually rambling right now. What I really should have done was made this video like a explainer type of video about my solo travel. But I guess if you've watched this, you know, this far, then you hear some value in what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end it there. It's actually super early right now, which is why I can't really concentrate. But I'm gonna leave it there. It's your boy on an off day, and I'm out. Peace.